Alright guys, it's day 29. It's like 6, oh my gosh, it's literally like 6 or 7 right now. But yeah, I have my breakfast, I have class today. I have this big ass volcano on my face. But let me show y'all. I got the rump cap with jam on it. I got my 2 pieces of bread, turkey, bacon, cheese. I got my 4 eggs, 84 grams of egg whites, and oh, this one might look sexier than the one last night. Okay, let me chill and let me basically eat all this food, and then I'm gonna go make my oatmeal bowl. But here's the macros for the whole entire breakfast. Breakfast of champions today, which is usually what I eat on school days, because I don't know, honestly. I always end up coming back home, so I would be able to make the oatmeal. But, I don't know, maybe I won't eat the oatmeal in the morning. But, I don't know, I'll see. Anyways, I'll see y'all when I'm either eating my oatmeal or eating my chicken at school. So, goodbye. Alright, guys. Here's my oatmeal bowl. I ran out of honey, so I'm gonna buy more today, but, yeah. I need to eat this quick because it's about to be 8, and that's usually when I leave. But I mean, I usually have like a good amount of time to spare, so I'll be fine. But yeah, I decided to make the oatmeal, and yeah, I'll see y'all when I'm eating my chicken later. So goodbye again. Alright guys, it's time for my second meal, which is chicken and rice, of course. So let me show y'all chicken and rice. Sheesh. But yeah, my accounting test this Wednesday has me really nervous, but I just need to spend today studying and finishing my history quiz. But yeah, I'm gonna try and eat quick so I can go do that. So I'll see y'all when I'm home eating whatever I'm eating. Goodbye. Okay, I'm not eating anything because I don't really have the calories. I just have enough calories for my last meal. But I'm gonna talk about what I read today. So today was chapters 19 and 20. So 19 was the arrival at Mount Sinai, which is probably a mountain that you've heard of. If you know, well, you'll see. And basically, Israel was camped out in front of the mountain, and Moses went up to the mountain where God called to him, and he tells him to tell the Israelites. He just reminds them, y'all know how I took you out of Egypt. Now if you obey me completely and keep my covenant, you will be my treasured possession among all peoples, though all the earth is mine. You will be to me a kingdom of priests, a holy nation. That is what you must tell the Israelites. So Moses summons the elders of, the Israelites. He tells them this, and all the people tell him everything the Lord has said we will do. And then Moses brought back to the Lord the response, and the Lord says to Moses, I am coming to you now in a dense cloud, so that when the people hear me speaking with you, they will also remain faithful to you. And when Moses had reported this response to the people, when Moses then had reported the response of the people to the Lord said to Moses, go to the people, and he essentially tells them to clean themselves and sanctify themselves, like wash their garments, and be ready for the 3rd day, for on the 3rd day the Lord will come down on Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. And he says, set limits for the people all around, saying, take care not to go up the mountain, because if you touch even like the edge of the mountain, you will die. It says, no hand shall touch them, but they must be, or it says, set limits for the people all around, saying, take care not to go up to the mountain, or even to touch its edge. All who touch the mountain must be put to death. No hand shall touch them, but they must be stoned to death or killed with arrows. Whether human being or beast, they must not be allowed to live. Only when the ram's horn sounds may they go up on the mountain. So Moses went down, told the Israelites that they need to sanctify themselves and wash their garments, and he said, be ready for the 3rd day. And it says, do not approach a woman. Don't know what that means, but I'll put it up right here after I look into it later. And then at the end of this chapter, it's basically the arrival, the great theophany. On the morning of the third day, there were peals of thunder and lightning, and a heavy cloud over the mountain, and a very loud blast of the shofar, which is the ram's horn. And so that all the people in the camp trembled. So, they were scared, but Moses led the people out of the camp to meet God, and they stationed themselves at the foot of the mountain. So now the mountain was completely covered in smoke, because the Lord had come down upon it in fire, and the smoke rose from it as though from a kiln, and the whole mountain trembled violently. The blast of the shofar grew louder and louder while Moses was speaking, and God was answering him with thunder. When the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai to the top of the mountain, the Lord summoned Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. Then the Lord said to Moses, go down and warn the people to not break. He essentially warns them again to not come close to the mountain, not touch the mountain without sanctifying themselves, because they'll die if they do so. And Moses tells the Lord, the people cannot go up to Mount Sinai, for you yourself warned us, saying, set limits around the mountain to make it sacred. So he's like, they weren't planning on coming up here, like, even if, you allowed them to, essentially. Like, they just did not want to go because they were so scared. So the Lord said to him, go down and come up along with Aaron, but do not let the priests and the people break through to come up to the Lord, else he will break out against them. So Moses went down to the people and spoke to them. So that's the end of chapter 19, and chapter 20 is the 10 Commandments, which were given to Moses on Mount Sinai. So that's why the mountain is probably one that you've heard of if you know the 10 Commandments and where they came from. So basically a recap of the 10 Commandments, or what it says in the Bible. Then God spoke all these words, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall not have other gods beside me. You shall not make for yourself an idol or a likeness of anything in the heavens above, or on the earth below, or in the waters beneath the earth. You shall not bow down before them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, inflicting punishment for their ancestors' wickedness on the children of those who hate me, down to the 3rd and 4th generation, but showing love down to the 1000th generation of those who love me and keep my commandments. So this sounds kind of bad, like God saying that he's a jealous God, but it's really just showing how merciful he is, because he's saying the inflicted punishment for the ancestors' wickedness is down to the 3rd and 4th generation, compared to the love that he shows to the people who keep his commandments, which goes down to the 1000th generation. So 3 compared to 1000 is obviously a very big difference. And then it says, you shall not invoke the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not leave unpunished anyone who invokes his name in vain. And then it says, remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. 6 days you may labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is a Sabbath of the Lord your God. You shall not do any work, either you, your son, or your daughter, your male or female slaves, your work animal, or the resident alien within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and the sea, and all that is in them, but on the 7th day he rested. That is why the Lord has blessed the Sabbath and made it holy. Then it says, honor your father and your mother, that you may have a long life in the land that the Lord your God has given you. You shall not kill, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor, you shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, his male or female slave, his ox or donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. And then, so those are the 10 Commandments, and it says, now, as all the people witnessed the thunder and lightning, the blast of the shofar, and the mountain smoking, they became afraid and trembled, so they took a position farther away. So they back up from the mountain because they're just scared right now, essentially. I mean, who wouldn't be if you saw a whole mountain shaking, lightning, thunder, and it's literally God, in front of you. And said to Moses, you speak to us and we will listen. So this is the people talking to Moses. You speak to us and we will listen, but do not let God speak to us or we shall die. That's how much they fear the Lord right now. So Moses answered the people, do not be afraid, for God has only come to test you and put the fear of him upon you so you do not sin. So the people remained at a distance while Moses approached the dark cloud where God was. The Lord said to Moses, this is what you will say to the Israelites. You have seen for yourselves that I have spoken to you from heaven. You shall not make alongside of me. You shall not make alongside of me gods of silver, nor shall you make yourselves gods of gold. An altar of earth make for me, and sacrifice upon it your burnt offerings and communion sacrifices, your sheep and your oxen. In every place where I cause my name to be invoked, I will come to you and bless you. But if you make an altar of stone for me, do not build it of cut stone, for by putting a chisel to it you profane it. You shall not ascend to my altar by steps, let your nakedness be exposed. I don't know what that last line means, but I'll also put an explanation for it. And yeah, those are the 2 chapters that I read. I'm gonna go to the gym soon. I already have like my stuff ready. I was gonna go earlier, but my mom took her car, so I'm waiting for my dad to get home. But yeah, I will see y'all when I'm eating my last meal. So goodbye. Alright guys, it's time for my last meal, and it's not my ground beef and sweet potatoes, it's the 2 burgers that I was talking about yesterday, because I'm feeling lazy. Today, so I'm just gonna eat these. I did track the macros for them though, so let me show y'all. Here's my 2 burgers. I didn't put, like, the only condiment I'm gonna use is the ketchup that I always use, but here's the macros, and yeah, this is my last meal, so here's the macros for the whole day. And yeah, I think that's it for today. I want to go to sleep after this, but I have to edit my video and then shower and all that jazz. But I was 158.8 pounds, I think, this morning, so that's good. I did my 30 minutes of cardio. I didn't list the things I was gonna do today, but I did everything. So it would have been edit my video, hit the gym and macros. I think hit the gym and macros is and cardio is gonna be 1 now. So hit the gym and macros, cardio, edit video. Okay, just gym for those 3. So edit video, gym. I mean, do homework, I guess. I mean, I did homework. I finished the assignments that I had for the day. I stretched and I read. So those are my 5 things. But yeah. So today was a successful day. If you're watching this, thank you very much. And yeah, like if you want, subscribe if you want, comment if you want, and I will see y'all tomorrow for day 30. Wow. Okay, goodbye.